Greetings again. Okay, the last video kind of ends abruptly. Sorry about that. I kind of messed up which camera and video is going on and stuff, and I kept working without you being able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so we had just looked at what we needed on that driver board, and so I've got some space in the upper left corner, and we're going to basically put that in there. So I need these labels, so let me just copy one up. Duplicate. Oh, come on now. Now let me just create one up here. And it's going to be S1A. And I need to rotate it. And I need to put it down here. I'm just put up to the edge. S1B. Let me just zoom in so you can see it. Not too much. Return. S1C. Rotate twice. Drop it in place. And S1D. Rotate. Drop it in place. Okay, we talked about the driver board in the last video. And we need the ULN 2003. And I just, in the choose symbol, just ULN 2003, and I picked the 2003A, which will be fine, and I just want those pins will all line up nicely, so I'm just going to bring out here just a little bit and set it there, and then I can just draw these lines in. This part isn't very big, and they're not very expensive, so I'm just going to ignore the other inputs and outputs. So I'm going to click the No Connect flag, and I'm just going to tag these that are not getting used, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, hit the escape key. We do need power and ground, so I zoomed out so I could see it. Here's a power. And I need a ground. I got to remember which keys I need to press for this. Okay. Okay, so I got power and ground. Let me put traces on here. As I said, I need a bypass cap for this. And all it's going to be is a capacitor going from 5 volts to ground. And I'm going to go ahead and actually just copy one and put it in there eventually here. But I still need to get the connector. So these are what they call open collector outputs. But I need the connector itself that the servo motor plugs into. So we're getting add a part, connector generic, and it's a 5-pin. And I'm going to set it just like this. And the reason I'm setting it in exactly that position is one of the pins, in fact, pin 1, goes to +5 on these motors. And the other pins just connect straight across. Okay. That's one of them. I need another one of these. I wonder if I can do it in one shot. Let's see here. This may not work. If I swipe this whole thing and then do a Command D to say duplicate it and put it right about there. It's all fine and dandy, except I want these to be S2, A, B, C, and D. but that's not so bad. I can come in here, hit the escape key like usual, and then put the mouse on there and hit the E key for edit, and just change that S2B or S1B to now S2B, S1C to S2C, awesome. Okay. I do want to throw on a couple of more bypass caps that go from +5 to ground. You know, they can be anywhere, but I want to make sure that when I do the layout, they actually are included. So hit the escape key. I can put them here. Say duplicate this guy and duplicate him again. And the ground line is already there. Now that's not +5 there. I do want a +5. And that's here. Or I could just copy it again. Line. Okay. So what do we have left? Now I've got I'm making this solar tracker is what I want to do. And a couple of extra inputs would be good. You know, maybe I'm going to have some sort of, like when it hits the end of a range stop, I want it to do something, or there may be a button on it or something like that. So I've got these two inputs that are open. So what I think I'm going to do is just run those to another connector, a 3-pin connector, with a pin as ground, and then just the other these two pins. And if I do that, it'll be really kind of convenient. So, well, here's a 3-pin connector. Let me just hit escape. Duplicate this. Let me bring it down here. And zoom in. So this can be that. One pin goes to ground. The other pins go straight in. Okay. I think I've got everything on here now. So, okay. So the question is, did I do it right? I mean, what are the mistakes so far that we have? So, first off, there's some things up here we can do. First of all, we don't have all numbers assigned to which resistor's which, you know, like, because I've got a lot of J question marks and stuff like that. So, but I can come in here and clear up the top here. We've got this R question mark to R42, that type of thing. That's the annotate button. And I click that and I get this window up. Entire schematic, sort symbols by X and Y position. We have not started a printed circuit board yet. So I'm not married to any of these numbers being a specific thing. And if I say reset existing annotations, that will kind of make things near each other have similar numbers. That kind of helps when you're actually looking for parts on the board. These boards are really pretty small. It's not that hard, but I'm going to do that anyway. And the order is going to be sorting by the X position, and let's just do that. So we can just say annotate and then close. Okay, so now you'll notice that there's C2, C4, C5, and there's C3 is down here, C1's over here, and there's C6, C7, C8, C9. You know, so there's a little bit of a pattern to it as you work from left to right. So everything seems to have numbers now, and we can actually tell it to do a electrical rules check. That's right next to it up here. So when I run the electrical rule check, let's see what it gives us. Well, it's bitching about a whole bunch of things. And let's see, symbol U4. Okay, it's saying pin 19 and U4 pin 22 are not connected. Okay, that is right here, because I didn't tell the machine that it's okay that they're not connected. So let me come back here and just put those X's on theirs. And let me run it again. Power input pin not driven by any output pins. This is a pretty standard warning. And I've also got the pin 7 on U1 and pin 7 on U2. Okay, let me close this for a second. That's these guys. Oh, I missed one of the no connects. So let's put a no. Oh, I see. I set it up too high. So here's my no connect, and it should have been right on the pin. So let me just put it on there. Move. Put there. And I copied it, and it did the same thing. Okay, so I put that one there. Now let me run the rule check again. Okay, down just to 1. Power input pin not driven by any output power pins. The CH340 pin 16 VCC input power line. This is a warning you get because it knows that this is a 5-volt power bus and it has no idea who's providing the power. Now, we designed this, and I know the power is going to come in through this line right here, and it's going to go through here, and this is just fine. So what I can do is I can put a flag on here and say this is a power flag and it's okay. So if I hit this, I'm hitting the ground power thing, and I go in here and look. One of the things listed here is power flag. So I just take one of those, and it's doesn't really do anything, but I can take it and I can set it right here. And I'm just going to wire that straight into that bus. And all it's saying is that this is powered, don't worry about it. Okay, so now let me run the design rule check again. I need to run the annotate first. Let me close this. Annotates this guy again. Let me run it. And power flag actually gets labeled now. Okay, that's good. Close that. It'd give me the same message if I added a resistor or capacitor. Run. Violations, none. Awesome. Okay. Save the work. Here's our design. I think we could put our name in here somewhere too. Edit text and graphics properties. Let's see what they got that for that. Reference design, text, orientations, symbols. Sheet titles. Let's see here. Text sized, orientation. Okay, what's that give me? I don't know. Well, we can always put our name in here this way. And this is 307S22 for spring of 22. Let me just take that and throw that in there as text. I just want to have it in there before I do things. Let me save it again then. And we're going to stop this video here. We've passed the rule check. We've got everything on here we want. So the next is going to be starting on board layout. And it's a good place to stop. And I'll have you, when you get to this point on your schematic, you do not start the board layout until I give you an okay. I've done enough of these boards, I can usually spot some of the problems. And if we catch them now, then they're way easier to fix than after you've done your board layout. So we'll stop here, and we'll continue on.